This quarter looks damaged, scratched, and completely worthless, but some Washington quarters in bad condition have sold for millions of dollars. Stay with me, because one of these coins might be hiding in your pocket right now. First up, the Washington quarter 1965 is one of the most historically important and widely discussed coins in modern United States numismatics because it marks a major turning point in American coinage, transitioning from precious metal circulation coins to base metal-clad coins, and the 1965 issue in particular represents the first year that the Washington quarter was struck without silver, making it a symbol of economic change, inflation control, and evolving mint technology. The coin features the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington on the obverse, a design originally created by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth, showing Washington with strong classical features, tied hair, and a dignified expression, surrounded by the inscriptions, "Liberty," at the top, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the date 1965 at the bottom, while the reverse displays a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows that symbolize strength and readiness, with olive branches beneath representing peace, and the inscriptions, "United States of America," "E Pluribus Unum," and "Quarter Dollar," all framed by a clean, balanced composition that remained unchanged for decades. What makes the 1965 quarter especially significant is its metal composition, as it was the first Washington quarter made of a copper nickel-clad structure rather than 90% silver, consisting of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and a reeded edge that, unlike silver quarters, shows a visible copper stripe when worn or viewed from the side. This change occurred due to the Coinage Act of 1965, passed in response to rising silver prices and widespread hoarding of silver coins, which threatened everyday commerce, and as a result the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks entirely from coins dated 1965-1967 to discourage collectors from removing them from circulation, meaning all 1965 quarters have no mint mark, even though they were struck primarily at the Philadelphia Mint, with some production later occurring at Denver using Philadelphia dies. The mintage of the 1965 Washington quarter was extraordinarily high, over 1.8 billion coins, making it one of the most produced quarters in U.S. history, which explains why it remains extremely common today in circulated condition. In terms of value, a 1965 quarter in heavily worn or average circulated condition is generally worth face value 25 cents, while lightly circulated examples may sell for a small premium, typically 30 cents $1. And uncirculated coins in mint state MS-60 to Mississippi 63 can range from $2 to $5, with higher grade pieces like Mississippi 65 or Mississippi 66 sometimes bringing $15 $40 depending on luster, strike quality, and eye appeal, while truly exceptional Mississippi 67 examples certified by major grading services are scarce and can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction. Collectors also search for errors and varieties, which can significantly increase value, including off-center strikes, clipped planchettes, double die obverse or reverse errors, broad strikes, and lamination errors, and these error coins may range from $20 to several $100s depending on visibility and condition. Despite being non-silver, the 1965 quarter holds strong appeal for collectors because it represents the end of circulating silver coinage, the beginning of modern clad money, and a dramatic shift in U.S. monetary policy, making it an essential piece for anyone building a Washington quarter collection or studying the economic history of the United States. And even though most examples are not rare, the coin's historical importance, massive production scale, and role in everyday American life during the mid-1960s ensure that the 1965 Washington quarter remains one of the most recognized and discussed coins in U.S. numismatic history. Next up, the 1990 D. Kennedy half dollar is a United States coin that honors President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, who was tragically assassinated on November 22, 1963. The Kennedy half-dollar series was first introduced in 1964, just a few months after his death, as a tribute to his legacy, leadership, and popularity among the American people. By the year 1990, the Kennedy half-dollar had already become a long-running coin series, mostly used less in daily circulation but still produced in large numbers for collectors and limited circulation. The D. Mint mark on this coin means it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the main U.S. mint facilities. The 1990 D. Kennedy half-dollar is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, not silver. It consists of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a pure copper core sandwiched between two copper-nickel layers. This change from silver happened after 1970, so collectors should understand that 1990 coins do not contain any silver value. The coin weighs 11.34 grams, has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, and a reeded grooved edge. These technical details are important when identifying real coins and detecting counterfeits or errors. On the obverse front of the coin is a left-facing portrait of President John F. Kennedy, designed by Gilroy Roberts. The word, "Liberty," curves around the top edge of the coin, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," appears below Kennedy's chin. The year 1990 is struck at the bottom. In bad or poor condition, most of these details appear worn down. Kennedy's hair, facial features, and jawline may look flat, and the word, "Liberty," is often weak or partially unreadable. Heavy circulation causes scratches, dark toning, and smooth surfaces where details once existed. The reverse back of the coin features the presidential seal, designed by Frank Gasparo. It shows a powerful eagle holding an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and strength. Above the eagle is a ring of stars representing the states of the Union. The inscriptions, "United States of America," and "half-dollar," surround the design, while "E pluribus unum" appears on a banner above the eagle. In a bad condition 1990 D coin, the eagle's feathers are usually worn flat, the stars may be weak, and the lettering may blend into the rim. In 1990, the Denver Mint produced over 20 million Kennedy half-dollars, which means the coin is not rare in normal condition. Because of this high mintage, most 1990 D coins found today are common. When the coin is in bad or heavily worn condition, its value is usually very low. A poor or heavily circulated 1990 D Kennedy half-dollar is typically worth face value only, 50 cents or slightly more, around 60 cents to $1, depending on demand and condition. Dealers usually do not pay a premium for worn examples unless they have special features. However, some error coins from 1990 D can be valuable even in poor condition. Examples include off-center strikes, double die errors, clipped planchettes, wrong metal strikes, or missing clad layers. These errors are rare and can be worth $20, $50, $100, or more, depending on how dramatic the error is. Collectors should carefully examine any unusual shapes, missing details, incorrect color, or strange weight. A bad condition 1990 D Kennedy half-dollar may also show dark brown, black, or gray toning, especially if it was exposed to moisture or chemicals. Some coins may have corrosion spots, rim damage, deep scratches, or even small holes. While these problems reduce value, They also tell a story of the coin's long journey through circulation, wallets, cash registers, and storage over many years. From a historical point of view, even a worn Kennedy half-dollar still carries emotional and educational value. John F. Kennedy remains one of the most admired U.S. presidents, known for his speeches, leadership during the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the space program. Many people keep Kennedy coins as souvenirs, not for profit but for respect and remembrance. In summary, the 1990 D. Kennedy half-dollar in bad condition is a common modern U.S. coin with low market value, but it holds historical importance and collector interest, especially for beginners. While it is not worth millions or thousands, it is still an important piece of American coinage history. Collectors should keep it safe, check for errors, and remember that condition plays the biggest role in value. Even in poor condition, it remains a lasting tribute to President John F. Kennedy and his enduring legacy. Next up,